we've made it all the way to the motocross capital of the Philippines. Let's fire up the engines and embrace the culture. Feel the vibe and get ready for a high-octane ride. The heart of volleyball is in the land of beauty and bounty. And we're ready to shift into high gear. Lanao del Norte, are you ready to race with us? This is the PVL On Tour Showdown, and may the best team win!
Lanao del Norte definitely ready for this great day for volleyball. It's a Saturday evening. We're so glad you're all on hand to witness game number 2 in the land of beauty and bounty. Lanao del Norte, our host for our 5th serving of the Premier Volleyball League's On Tour Series. KKD on your screens, who just celebrated her birthday going up against the AKARI Chargers, led by, of course, Ivy Laxina. And this crowd has been regaled with a very exciting 3-setter between Nextled and Farm Fresh. But we have an exciting second game for you between the PLDT high-speed hitters and the AKARI Chargers. Good evening once again. My name is Chikiro Puno. I am with Noringo. And of course, you met Althea Franco, who has already given you a mini tour of Lanao del Norte, the capital of motocross and many, many other things. And as you can see, also very avid sports fans. As we mentioned, Noreen, this is already our 5th serving. Would have been the 6th if not for the cancellation last week. But we have been all over the place in Iligan City, where AKARI actually played their first game, a loss to Zeus. And also Creamline playing Nextled in that one. And next stop was Batangas City, where we saw the Galleries Tower defeat Farm Fresh and Zeus Coffee. Also playing against Choco Mucho for that 3-setter. On to...
Yeah, you know, basically PVL On Tour has been on fire, and you can see there in Ilocosur, Nextled and the PLDT had matches, and PLDT won. That was their first game. This is only their second game, and in Polomolok,
Yes.
Sorry. AKARI actually won that match against Chocomucho. So AKARI is pretty much 1-1, PLDT is 1-0. So this is going to be a pretty exciting game today.
PLDT was supposed to have a game last week, which was what we were talking about, no? But because of the bad rains, this is going to be the game that they will say goodbye with. And KKD, Kiana D, of course, she is I mean, we celebrate her for many reasons, not just because she is the birthday girl, but she, of course, is undeniably the anchor for PLDT and always coming up big for her team. 17 points versus Chocomucho, Noreen.
Yeah, when you talk about Kiana D, it's pretty much, is she healthy in today's game? Because if she's healthy, and she is healthy for all her fans, she scores 17 points, and it could be more. So she has been, you know, scoring and playing well for PLDT. That's why PLDT is actually always contenders with a healthy Kiana D.
Of course, you have the defense side led by none other than Kat Arado, who is, by the way, the hometown girl.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so she is definitely bringing in a lot of fans. We are going to expect a lot of screams and shouts and a lot of support for Kat Arado. 31 digs versus Chocomucho.
31 only. What can you say? She's coming off being the best libero, right? And she wants to be the best libero again here, you know, in succeeding conferences. And that showdown with Tang Ponce was great, but she outshone right? Tang Ponce against Choco.
Palitan lang naman yan It's
yeah.
always been a really great head-to-head. Sendy Tagao did a great job against Choco Mucho. Look at those numbers. 19 points, 6 blocks. The beauty of the on-tour is we get to discover really the talent of these players coming off the bench.
You know, Sendy Tagao was good in college, but even better here in the PVL. We've seen a lot of players like that. Myla Pablo, Angela Benting, you know, from at Adamson before. They love this atmosphere. They play their best volleyball, and Sendy Tagao scored 19 points with 6 blocks. She's a person to look out for, really.
Yeah, it was tough for AKARI playing against Choco Mucho. We know the fan base of Choco Mucho, but they are able to just really rise above that. Faith Desperos also came up big with her 9 points, but it really added to that team effort that we saw AKARI really brought to that game against Choco Mucho.
You know, personally, Chiki, I'm very excited for this player. She had a long journey, long bout with injury, a knee injury, and slowly but surely she's getting into the game, and she scored 9 points. So that's a great start, and you want to see more from a healthy Faith Desperos.
Absolutely. We're definitely expected to see a lot more playing time for her today, especially after that performance against Choco Mucho. All right, we're just about ready, but when we return, we'll be joined by Althea Franco, who is looking very at home in the city of beauty and bounty. We'll hear from Althea after the break.
Back here at the land of beauty and bounty, Lanao del Norte. I'm Althea Franco, and in just a few moments, we'll be seeing the action between the AKARI Chargers and the PLDT high-speed hitters. But before we proceed to that, I'm here with PLDT's newest member, Leila Cruz. Now, Leila, you've been with PLDT for a week now. How's the experience transitioning to a new team?
So far, my experience, super chill lang. My ates are so nice, and my other teammates, they're very welcoming, and nararamdaman ko talagang gina-guide nila ako all the way.
And of course, you're staying here at Lanao del Norte. How is the experience?
So far, then, sobrang saya. Nag-tour kami yesterday sa Lanao, and sobrang ganda here, guys. And very thankful kami for the warm welcome na binigay sa amin ng mga taga dito.
Thank you, Leila. We can't wait to see you play with PLDT. And you know, this game is like a homecoming for another PLDT player, Kat Arado, hailing from Iligan City, Lanao del Norte. She says she's so happy with the chance they got in playing here because PVL is not so far anymore for the people of Lanao del Norte who loves the sport. For Kat, she started playing here in high school in the regionals and palarong panbansa. And now coming back playing professional volleyball feels even more special. But in the meantime, we'll get to see more of their experience and feel their culture as we watch this video.
Sobrang natuwa ako, and to see yung beauty at saka yung kung ano ma-offer ng province na to.
Ito na din yung parang way namin na para sabihin na safe yung mga tao dito, masaya kami, lalo na sa sports talaga nagkakaisa talaga yung mga tao. Para lang din talaga mawala yung sinasabi nila na nakakatakot sa Mindanao.
It's a nice feeling na we get to see people sa mga provinces and to also reach out to them and also yung mga school visits na nagagawa namin. Siyempre, nakakatuwa makita yung mga bata to be happy na nandyan kami to inspire them and also to just give joy as well.
Kasi alam ko kung paano sila mag-support talaga, lalo na itong Lanao. Sobrang saya kasi ito, nandito kami and makikita nila yung mga idol nila na maglalaro in live talaga.
Hi, people of Lanao. Thank you so much for the support and the warm welcome. I hope you guys will enjoy our game and see you guys around.
Sa tanang tao sa Lanao, dagang salamat sa pagsuporta sa mua karon nga naa nami dire. Aunta mag-enjoy mo, i-support ninyo tanan o dapat ma-inspire unta mas ma-inspire mi ninyo sa among dula pa. Dagang salamat.
Talagang ibang-iba talaga ang energy at pag-welcome ng mga tao dito sa Lanao del Norte. But in the meantime, I'm here with AKARI Chargers. Chenny Tagaon. Now, Chenny, napakaganda nung laro mo last game. Paano mo ito mako-continue ngayon? Nakaharap nyo yung PLDT.
I think mabibigay ko pa rin naman siya ngayon. Kasi lagi ko naman din minamaisit sa sarili ko na kailangan talagang mag-contribute sa team. Lalo na, kunwari, kagaya nun, wala si Ate Ellie. So, kailangan mag-step up. So, ayun. Bigay pa rin yung best kahit na mayroon.
And now, nagsistay kayo dito sa Lanao del Norte. Kamusta naman yung experience? Ano yung pinaka-highlight sa'yo ng stay mo dito?
I think pinaka-highlight ko is yung tumatambay kami sa morning sa pool. Yun, parang nakaka-refresh talaga siya kasi birang-bira kami makapunta sa mga provinces na kagaya mga ganito. So, ayun.
Thank you, Chenny. We're excited to see you play later on. And in the meantime, another daughter of Lanao del Norte is AKARI's Judith Abil. She's a former teammate of PLDT Kat Arado and now she's facing Kat on the other side of the court. A reunion from both sides. Now, Judith said, and I quote, "Ang sarap umuwi," treasuring this opportunity to play in front of her people. Now it's time to involve you guys to the action by answering our PVL question of the game. And it's very simple. Which squad will shift its offense into high gear? You can join in the conversation and the fun by using hashtag PVL on tour and hashtag PVL 2026 online. Now we'll get right back into the action in just a few moments after our break.
PVL Civic Center in Lanao del Norte. This is the PVL on Tour, and this is match number 14 between the PLDT High-Speed Hitters and the AKARI Chargers. And now our officials for this match. Our first referee, Fernando Velarde, national referee. The second referee is Ryan Vincent Corpus, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the PLDT High-Speed Hitters. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 3, Mika Reyes. Outside spiker from the University of Oklahoma, number 6, Savvy Davison. Center from La Salle, number 9, Kim Fajardo. Middle blocker also from La Salle, number 10, Majoy Baron. Opposite hitter from La Salle, number 11, Kim Kiana D. Outside spiker from Arellano University, number 19, Jovi Prado. Starting libero from the University of the East, number 8, team captain, Kat Arado. The head coach for PLDT is Reld Ricafort. And now the starters for the AKARI Chargers. Outside spiker from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 5, Gretzel Soltones. Center from the University of the Philippines, number 7, Kamuy Kal. Opposite hitter from Adamson University, number 12, Eli Soyud. Middle blocker from Emilio Aguinaldo College, number 14, Jam Villena. Outside spiker from the National University, number 16, Ivy Laxina. Middle blocker from Adamson University, number 25, Shar Ancheta. Starting libero from the University of the East, number 10, Judith Abil. And the head coach for AKARI is Tina Sadak. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is PLDT versus AKARI. This is the PVL, the heart of volleyball.
And we are back here for our second helping of the penultimate day of competition in the 2026 Premier Volleyball League On Tour Series. This is the 5th city that we are visiting, Noreen. We have one more to go with Victoria City and Negros awaiting the arrival of the PVL. But let's stick to the game at hand. We're looking at the home girls. Ayan, the liberos, both locals. So, nagkamali ako, hindi lang pala si Kat Arado ang babantayan.
There are others.
Yes, si Judith Abil also coming from Lanao del Norte. And you're seeing the on your screens the starters for both teams. Sabi nila this is a time for them to experiment also on how the other players can gel well with the starters, but they're starting with their strongest one so far. So it looks like they mean business today, Noreen.
Yeah, I mean, PLDT is pretty much the same. No? But when you look at AKARI, they're trying to give playing time to players like Ancheta,
Right.
So it's good for us that we get to know them, like you said earlier.
And let's see how this will pan out. We mentioned at the top of the coverage that PLDT would have wanted to play more games in this warm-up, shall we say, warm-up of sorts, coming into the invitational round, which is the first of our PVL season.
Yeah, you know, I really love the PVL on tour. You know, even if this is just a pre-game tournament, you go around the cities in our country, so a lot of our kababayans, they get to watch and appreciate PVL.
Seeing their idols in the flesh for the first time. And Joby Prado remains on the service line. PLDT scoring first 2 points.
Good dig. I mean, good receive.
And finally, AKARI on the scoreboard with that push from Ellie Soyud. Mentioned earlier that the 3-setter, albeit a straight set win by Farm Fresh, was pretty exciting.
Yeah, well, that was a good game, you know. But yeah, do you know that so far, you said this is the 5th city, right? We have 5 4-setters and 3, including the game earlier. So 5 4-setters and 4 straight sets. It's 3-setters. So we've yet to see a 5th set or a 5-setter. So let's see if this if this match can prove otherwise.
The common denominator between these two teams is Choco Mucho. Actually, both teams able to play them on tour, and medyo mahaba-haba kahit na hindi nag 5-set. A lot of exchanges back and forth, pero ito mukhang patay-patay muna ang gusto ng PLDT. Mika Reyes there with a put away.
Yeah, Mika Reyes really loves Kim Fajardo. You know, that's a perfect hit, perfect set. She has developed so much power in her quick attack.
Saka naman sa tagal nila magkasama si Ka, kahit nakapikit, alam niya kung nasaan itong mga player niya.
No, but remember, Mika Reyes transferred teams, you know. Fajardo, they were opponents for a long time until Fajardo joined PLDT.
Okay, so na-miss niya.
Na-miss niya.
Na-miss niya. Pero kung ibalik mo pa from college days, you know, looking at, of course, we also saw Leila Cruz earlier at the top of the coverage, who is already joining the ranks of PLDT. It's looking very green in the PLDT a locker room. Yeah, the high-speed hitters populated by a lot of former LaSalle players. Back to the game here. It's now 4-2. PLDT still up, but now just by 1. Ellie Soyud has so far been coming through for AKARI.
Yeah.
Not a surprise?
Not a surprise. I mean, she has been one of the major components in the offense of AKARI, and even if it's like Mars Alba or Camille Cal, it's the same result. She has been playing well. Good start for Ellie Soyud.
And Jam Villena, you mentioned one of the players that we look forward to seeing more of in the coming season. That one's inside, an ace for Jam Villena.
Yeah, on cue. I mean, you did mention her, and she gives us an ace. So it's just like that. We are tied at 4.
Such a thrill for the live audience, really, to experience PVL in the flesh. Iba talaga pagka nanonood ka in the venue. Of course, we're happy that you are on hand also to join us with today's coverage. Chiquiro Puno here with Maureen Go. And Althea Franco is the lucky one who gets to tour Lanao del Norte. Inside.
Right in the corner.
Good first ball there. Team has been doing really well from the back row. We saw that in that game against Choco Mucho.
Yeah, good ball distribution, you know, by Cal. Everybody, I'm sure, you did say it is a great time for all these teams to experiment, you know, and try to distribute the ball, and Cal has been doing that.
Ooh, that one into the net. Service error there from Ellie Soyud. But so far, close first set.
Well, she's been playing well, and now we see a weakness. Of course, you want her to get her serves in.
Good defense there. Almost impossible to put that ball up from Savvy Davison, but she gets the point anyway via a pipe attack.
Yeah, that's no surprise, you know. I mean, broken plays. You've got that back row option in Savvy Davison. Yeah, one-on-one.
Mahirap yung one-on-one si Savvy.
Yeah.
Usually you want to put more than a couple of hands against her. And we're seeing a good distribution here on the PLDT side. 8-5, 3-point lead for the high-speed hitters.
Chicky and Noreen. The energy of this crowd is just getting better and better, and I wish you get to experience this. And you know, a lot of players from the AKARI Chargers are from Mindanao, and one of them is Faith Nisperos. This is their last stop for the tour, and Faith mentioned that they had a chance to really get to know one another. As they say, nothing tests a friendship more than traveling together. For them, this tour really gave them the chance to learn how to relax during pressure, which they hope to bring to the next conference. Now back to you, Chicky and Noreen.
Faith Nisperos, another Mindanaoan, also being welcomed here. And it's really good to hear that these teams are benefiting from the on-tour series, not just on the court, but off as well.
Yeah, it also gives them time to like bond together, and I'm sure a lot of these players have not been to some of the cities that they've already, you know, the teams have played in. So it's also a good experience for them in that aspect, and not just volleyball.
Shout out to our production team who's also joining the players on the road na nag-enjoy dyan. Si Jeans there, Carlo Kraus there, Josh. And we've seen them all just with their smiles and really feeling the energy from the city of beauty and bounty.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to go there. You've been?
I've been to the area, and that's right. There is the feeling, or there's the initial fear that maybe it's not a safe place to be, but all of that will be debunked the minute you land. Mararamdaman with just the warmth of the people there.
Oh, that's a good serve. We were talking about the great city. That was a great serve by Savvy Davison.
4-point lead now for the high-speed hitters. Good first ball. And from the right-hand side, good cover for PLDT. And now we're going to be seeing a rally. First one so far, the longest we've seen. That one ended by Joey Prado, and PLDT will extend their lead. AKARI calls for timeout.
Hindi talaga. Dalawang malaki yan. So kung dito natin ibibigay yung bola katulad ng last time, mahihirapan at mahihirapan. Talaga yung dulo natin. Kaya kung gusto natin, dito sa gitna. Para titigilog lang, dikit na dikit. Ilang attempts na, wala tayong successful ano. Diba? A-adjust tayo. So, makapal tayo. Pasa sa kaya, lima na kaya. Order!
Still not cause for much concern. This 5-point lead, it's early in the game. Let's see what kind of adjustments AKARI will make.
You could see PLDT, you know, after AKARI tied it at 4 apiece, they just stepped on the gas. And now it's a 5-point lead.
Ooh, that's a tough serve. And this is going to be free ball, not even. That did not make it over. So you can consider that an ace. You give credit to that difficult serve. Of course, well, we know from her past stint, Savvy Davison always stops, or is one of the top 5 at least in the serving category.
In a lot of categories.
Yeah,
for that
tama.
matter.
And that one makes it through. And Soltones will score AKARI's first point in a while.
Yeah, that pretty much stops the bleeding there. Because PLDT looks like they're going to pull away. So they need to, you know, come back slowly but surely.
A mini run there by PLDT, averted finally by Gretch Soltones.
That's a good serve.
That one right back. And another chance here. Let's see. And CAF will go to the middle this time. Good defense for AKARI. Another chance here for PLDT to regroup. Back set. Oh no, it's still to the outside.
Long rally.
Yeah, the longest one.
Still alive.
Oh, Arado with a save there. Back row attack, Savvy, and it had to be Savvy Davison from the back. Several attempts there by Jovi Prado, but finally, after the long rally, matira matibay.
That was the best rally.
Yeah.
I mean, it had everything. Look at Abel, you know, with those digs. Arado will not be outdone. But Savvy Davison just Wanted to play party pooper there. Let's end it.
And you can hear the crowd really enjoying that last exchange. PLDT up by 6 now. Laxina there is Doug. Dado again, and this time she goes long. She tries to get a check ball. Is she gonna get it? Yeah, looks like she's pretty sure. There's
Did they call
contact.
Did they call it? Okay, they did. I thought it was going to be a challenge, but they did call it.
And we know from one of the interviews done with Coach Rao that they're really counting on that other game that should have been played last week in Santiago, Isabela. But I think everybody disappointed as they are about the cancellation. We knew how hard the rains were. So hindi na lang tinuloy, ano?
Yeah, for an entire week, you know, just hoping the people in those areas are okay.
Well, we enjoyed a sunny day today here in the Metro.
After a long time.
Ancheta now on your screens. And that one is outside. So that's another point awarded to PLDT. Not something they need right now. 3 points given to their opponent.
Oh, Joymi Cagande, you know, adding to the already deep roster, setting rotation of AKARI. Remember, there's Mars Alba, there's Kyle, then now you have Joymi Cagande.
Yeah, no, if you put it in perspective, she's the third one in line, and we know her talent from the UAAP. An error there from Prado. Will give AKARI a chance here to start a rally of their own.
Yeah, well, we did talk about her, Jenny Tagaod. You know, she has, again, no, she was good when she was in FEU, but she just embraced this her stint in the PVL. She just got so much better in just one conference or two.
She's really like a role player who will, you're right, embrace whatever role she's given. 19 points in that game against Chocomucho. Let's see if she delivers today. We're seeing good defense from PLDT. And I think, oh, look at that coverage. That's Sotones, who will get down and dirty, really. And all that effort on defense was not in vain.
Well, Laxina's just making it look easy. I think they call it in.
Oh.
Yeah. Standing spike there for Ivy Laxina.
Big jump serve here for Tagaod. That one is an ace. And yeah, we remember scenes like this, bits like this from the UAAP. Very reminiscent of Chenny Tagaod. And now PLDT will call for a timeout.
I just second guessed if it was in or out, my God.
So yung usual na 6 saka yung speed dito ang kata.
Okay, coach.
Papasok mo na.
Up lang! Quality!
And just that service ace once again. And you're talking about a much needed run for AKARI. So that's 2 points in a row. And if you're AKARI, this is the kind of momentum that you want building on your side of the court.
Yeah, and it's still early. I mean, we're still at the midpoint of the first set, so you want to try to make this a closer match.
Good D. Enjoy me looking to the right side again. And this time PLDT will get the point back. So that's 2 points from AKARI, but still that 5-point lead for PLDT becoming more of an issue now that we're getting closer to the 25-point mark.
Yeah, they are able to maintain this with great defensive blocking, which is a strength of PLDT, has been working. So they want to continue to have great net defense.
Break here for AKARI with that almost inside serve. Konti lang ang lagpas. But AKARI will get the point anyway.
Well, let's see if Ivy Laxina, a lot of fans here in Lanao, so Let's see if she can get going.
Good first ball there from AKARI. Oh, that one's tough, and an unforced error there from AKARI. Not something they need at this point. It's just an easy ball over, supposed to be.
It's a jitters.
Yeah. And PLDT up by 5 in our second technical timeout. We love the sights and the sounds here from the Mindanao Civic Center of Lanao del Norte. Props to the schools cheering for their teams. We've got Christ the King College, de maraming PLDT fans. Pero hindi naman magpapatalo at Tubad College, who are cheering for the AKARI Chargers. And of course, the rest of the crowd here at the Mindanao Civic Center with their beautiful smiles, just enjoying the game. A lot of KKD fans. As we said, she enjoyed her birthday weekend last week with that big celebration in Vigan.
Where she scored 17 points. A huge performance. Sereno is actually going to play libero in today's match.
Serving for PLDT,
PLDT has pretty much spent the time ahead of AKARI in this first set. AKARI started with the first 2 points, but really could not make up the deficit since then.
Well, one thing they need to improve on is their first pass. You know, if they can get their first pass going, yeah, a lot of options in terms of offense.
And we're seeing some activation in the middle now, which is probably also a good choice here. You know, PLDT and they're blocking.
Well, AKARI wants to break that 4-point advantage of PLDT.
And this is actually intentional. We're seeing PLDT really just forcing the back row and going deep with their attacks. KKD there scoring, and she will be sitting out after that point. Going deep there. Nobody home, zone 5.
Yeah, she makes it look so easy, you know? That's a better pass.
Oh, that one's good. So tit for tat for AKARI, getting the point right back.
Yeah, well, Gretchen Soltones has also been playing well. I mean, at the start, it was Soyun, now Soltones. Again, for AKARI, I feel you want to go more to Ivy Laxina, you know? Get her going. She is, in a lot of matches, we know that she's the #1 option.
That time using the hands and taking advantage of, well, Jessie De Leon just coming in, not quite warmed up yet. But still the 5-point lead for PLDT remains.
And that service error is not going to help. Ellie Soyun with their second service error.
And now they're right back to Savvy Davison at the serve, who already scored an ace earlier.
Well, this is the rotation PLDT likes, you know? That's when they built comfortably.
Yeah. And Prado also getting a lot of touches today.
Well, we will see also at the side of PLDT a lot of great ball distribution.
That's a good set, a reverse set there by Kat Arado. And again, very efficient blocking from PLDT.
A dig.
Oh, that one a put away. And that's what happens. There's really, you don't have to guess too much. I mean, there's so many choices for PLDT. Really, so many weapons there. Jessie De Leon with that last point. And now the lead is 7. AKARI needing to call for a timeout.
Talaga tayo, hindi tayo makakonvert. Yun lang yung chance natin na makapag-convert sana ng play. Ang nangyayari, percentage natin, nandito lahat. Basa-basa. Tapos pag bumabalik ang bola, magaang pa. Yun lang yung ang problema natin, yung break point at saka side out, pareho na. Hindi tayo makaserve.
Yung mga isolation nila, bitin ha?
Yun lang yung alam. Isa-isay natin. Isa-isay natin.
Okay, kaya pa yan!
At this point, you really need to be reminded to just take the game 1 point at a time. Because if you look at the 7-point lead at this stage, it's daunting, nakakatakot. And it looks like it's insurmountable. Pero kung isa-isahin mo, before you know it, nakahabol ka na.
That's true, and you have to have that proper mindset, really, that, okay, I may be down, but we're not yet, I mean, it's not yet done. Yeah, we're not yet out.
Right. Running attack. Oh, not quite. An error there. And a violation. Ancheta into the net.
Yeah, we saw the set was too near the net. And we did talk about her, Faith Desperos, at the top of the coverage, and she's getting her debut in today's match against PLDT. Hopefully, hopefully for AKARI, she can provide the spark.
Back set. Soyu there. Sending it over. PLDT with a chance to counter.
The dig.
Yeah. Also from Arado. And that one is down the line. So Jovi Prado just doing off speed there, really not putting too much into that last attack, but still catching Laksina off guard.
She's just playing it smart. Easy does it. I see the hole there. I see the line there. I just whack into that area.
And we see Alea Malaluan also brought in the first set. And the cheers for crowd favorite, Teresa Sato, who is now among the AKARI Chargers.
Again. Strong. It's like when you're saying cheering, the fans are getting it, and then you serve it long. It's like silence.
Well, that's a break here for AKARI, and let's see if they can make something out of this. Just 3 points, PLDT needing to win this first set.
That's a good serve.
Chance here for the Chargers, running attack. And foiled by PLDT with a counter there and a point. PLDT wanting to put this first set to an end. They only need 2 points.
Jessie De Leon has been given a lot of sets, and she has been delivering.
And more substitutions here. Sheila Quiseo we saw also getting ready to come in.
Now serving for PLDT.
Well, PLDT just 2 points away.
Quiseo usually brought in at the serve and to play defense. Oh, that floater. And that one is outside.
Everyone is contributing for PLDT. Malaluan, instant offense off the bench.
PLDT is now at set point. Serving for the set, Sheila Quiseo.
Good first ball. AKARI, will they hold? Oh, look at that. Up. Quiseo. Soyud with a hammer. Good stop. And that one inside. Parang sinuwerte yata yung pasok ni Sheila Quiseo. And she was largely responsible for that 24th point. And she definitely put the nail on the coffin. The Panalo play brought to you by Yakult. With proper diet and exercise, panalo ka dyan. Yakult every day, okay. And our final score, 25-14. It was a blowout lead for PLDT from the beginning, but really AKARI just having a difficult time catching up with the high-speed hitters. Let's see how set 2 turns out. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Beautiful sights and sounds, and just all that you can see in the southern part of the country, Lanao del Norte. And I think this is the best part, really, the people and the warmth of the Lanao del Norte locals. Set 1 was really PLDT's set in a very big way.
Yeah, PLDT just looked like they're more cohesive team in set number 1, you know. And Iwan also, Coach Ralph brings in, contributes, and the communication was there, everything working well. Their first pass, it wasn't perfect, they had some service errors, but pretty much they made up in other aspects. Look at that, great digging, Savvy Davison, Tiana with a couple of points. Everyone contributed. I think that's the most important takeaway from that first set. AKARI, they need to regroup. Very important. We may be down the first set and 25-14, but there is still other sets. Look at the numbers, attacks, blocks. Aces was the bright spot of AKARI, but too much errors.
Yeah.
Too much errors on their part. And it pretty much negates the 8 attacks, right? And the 2 aces.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you have to correct. You have to learn from the first set, correct your errors, try not to make a lot of errors in the second set, and we'll see.
I'm sure many of our viewers wondering what really the On Tour is all about. Well, this is a precursor to the official start of our season with the Invitational, which is coming up very soon. And this is a good chance for the teams really to gauge where their team is at after the long break, to see how the new players coming in or the bench players might be able to play better roles in the coming season. All of these things you can calibrate during the On Tour, and all in the presence of a very appreciative audience from everywhere in the country.
Yeah, and I think also it's good for these players again, no? You know, they get to enjoy the other parts of our country. So it's like a paid vacation.
Oo nga, parang
Diba?
win-win eh.
Win-win. I mean, you make the fans happy, they make their bellies happy. Because, you know, the food in these provinces are really, I heard, really spectacular.
Yeah. And PLDT will score first again in our second set. So AKARI has to figure out really how to come together more. And I think just up the intensity, you feel there's a little bit of, I guess, a lack in the intensity on the side of the Chargers.
I agree. They need to charge themselves. No, I mean, really.
As it were.
I totally agree. You need some, that's why we said, some spark, you know, earlier. So, yeah, maybe things can change if somebody will be more vocal.
Napaka-intim na mga comment mo. Sige, charge nyo daw yan, mga Chargers. Tsaka spark, yan ang kailangan. Totoo rin naman, that is something that maybe was missing in the first set. Let's see if they can get things going. That was a long rally won by AKARI.
That is one person who has obviously pretty much quiet in the first set, and you want to get her going. You know, Ivy Lexina, she is healthy right now. A couple of conferences ago did also battle some injuries, but if she's healthy, you gotta go to her.
Yeah, in spite of the two blockers in front of her, she's able to score, and PLDT will get the ball right back.
Well, you see that PLDT is very comfortable, you know, after that easy first set win. You're making Kiana D hit from the middle. You don't see that all the time, but you're gonna see, you know, that they try to vary their plays.
Ooh, a little close to the net, salvaged there by Cal, but the ball right back to PLDT, and again a point from Savvy Davison. And
yeah, just playing it smart, you know, brushing it off the blockers.
you're talking about the teamwork that really was evident on the PLDT side in the first set, and something that that is telling is how Savvy Davison is not necessarily the go-to player, di ba? Pagka
Not
hindi
solely.
Siya, oo, pag hindi siya yung tumatabo, that means everybody's contributing.
Tumatabo. Well, that's the advantage I feel so far, at least in the first set of PLDT. Is like everybody's ready, everyone's focused in today's game.
Shows you what shape they're in coming into the invitationals. Oh, that one is off the hands. Yeah. Savvy Davison, maarangkada na dito sa second set. Contributed a couple of points in set one.
And she has that back row, she has the front row. I mean, she is a very lethal option.
Outside set to Soyud. Good up by Abil there.
Oh,
And that is credit to the defense and really the fast hands of Judith Abil, keeping the ball in play for that second chance for AKARI.
yeah, I think that was a good target for AKARI, you know, going or targeting Majoy Baron at the back. So, yeah, they get the point.
And that one is called inside. And that was an error there by KKD. She actually could have gotten that ball.
Getting a bit too playful there.
So this is looking much better for AKARI at the beginning of the second set.
Deja vu for all.
Savvy Davison. Yeah. So clearly she's going to be the biggest factor here in the second set, or at least in the first part.
Well, you know, she looks very relaxed. You know, we've seen a lot of game where she's too tense, but today she looks really good.
Maybe it's the air and the food in Lanao.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great response though by Faith Nisperos.
One more time, and that last down the line, untouched. Faith Nisperos there, getting past the two-man block. AKARI wants the lead here now, at least experience that lead.
Yeah. No, I mean, you feel for players like Faith Nisperos, no? A year-long battle with a knee injury. Kiana D did experience that. We did miss her for a
parang
long
more
time.
than a year, yeah. We talked about also si Ivy Lexino sidelined for a while. So really all a part of the journey of all these athletes.
Obviously, the conclusion is it's not easy.
I appreciate these athletes really for all their sacrifices. Meantime, PLDT will again score. Last exchange. So this is where AKARI wants to not repeat what happened in the first set, allowing PLDT to pull away.
Yeah, it's about this time, no?
First set, we ended we got to the first tactical timeout with a score of 8-5. So, and then it just kept going from then on for PLDT. What will AKARI do? Oh, that's a good first ball straight to Cal. And that one is off the hands. So we are going to end or get to the first technical timeout. Oh, AKARI will get that. No touch.
No touch. Pretty much a miss hit for Joey Prado there. We don't see that often because she has been that smart hitter. Good break for AKARI.
Oh, that's a tough first ball. Back row attack. And look at the score. This is doesn't get better than this for AKARI, really, after the first set.
Yeah. I mean, errors from PLDT, most welcome for the AKARI Chargers, but this is where they want to create their own run. Smart.
Oh,
Smart.
yeah, too good. Too smart. PLDT will end this first part technical timeout with a lead of just a point. So AKARI looking much better in the second set. We'll be back.
We're back here at the motocross capital of the Philippines, and the crowd is just booming at every point. And Chiki and Noreen, as you mentioned earlier, this is the last stop of the AKARI Chargers. And for Gretchen Saltones, she shared that this gave them the time for individual maturity. From long hours of travels to sharing rooms, they really got to know one another more in order to strengthen their connection. Gretchen also mentioned that she was surprised with the number of people who loves volleyball here at Lanao del Norte, and said na sana mas rumami pa. Now back to you, Chiki and Noreen.
Thanks so much, Althea Franco, who I'm sure is also enjoying the motocross action there. Nakita mo naman kanina, complete with the gear, ha? So this is perfect for Althea. Ikaw ba nagmo-motocross ka ba?
Hindi. But I would want to try. I would want to try. If the motorcycle can.
Sobra ka naman. Looks like a lot of fun. Meantime, PLDT in the lead here by just a point this time, and AKARI keeping it close.
Well, that's AKARI wants to be in this position. If you compare again the first set, you want to keep it close and try to. You said it earlier. Try to take the lead and build on that.
PLDT lapsing into errors. They played a rather clean first set with only 4 errors, but they are piling up rather quickly in the second set early on. Nasa 8 points pa lang tayo.
I think they have reached 4 errors already.
We've got Daps Dapol coming in for the first time for AKARI. Coming in at the serve. Get a glimpse of some of the students who are in the venue cheering for our players. So this is a premier point, and whoever scores here will be awarded 2 points.
Sorry, the scramble.
So this is interesting. This is something new for many of the volleyball fans.
Well, they just announced it? It's a premier point on tour.
So this is something that the on-tour fans can... Malay mo, this is an experiment that might actually just outlive the on-tour series. Diba?
And what you like about it is you saw the hustle of these players. You talked about intensity.
Biglang nabuhay lahat. Interesting. Fajardo there with a point. Every time you see a setter score, you almost want to give them 2 points too, because it's so much harder for them.
Another premier point. That solo block there by Kim Fajardo, showing us that she has some hop still.
Oh, that one over. Good coverage by AKARI. And another good show of defense here by the Chargers. And the rally just keeps on going.
Oh, good dig.
Yeah, Kate Desperos with good defense there. Catarata tried to keep the ball in play, couldn't do it. AKARI earned that point.
They did. I mean, you see with the substitutions made by Coach Tina Salak, this is a good 6 on the court for AKARI.
Good coverage. The players all over the place, keeping the ball alive, and that last attack, the attack finally, Tiamson just making good for AKARI, and now they're up by 2.
Well, with the help, obviously, of that premier point. Again, for those who don't know, they will say on tour, if it's a premier point, it's worth 2.
Diba, may 4 points na ngayon sa PBA. Oo, malay mo, maging permanent na yung premier point. Oh, outside. Just a bit outside. Was it touched? Alisoy seems to think so.
I think that's challenge. Yeah, they will challenge it. They will challenge the block touch. So it's in mukhang. So let's see. But it's a better showing though for AKARI. We have to give it to them.
Of course. This is the first challenge that we've seen all day.
Yeah.
Or no, in this second game anyway. Yeah, so earlier today we had a showdown between Farm Fresh and Next Led. Sabi nga natin kahit 3-setter, it was exciting. A lot of action.
It's like right, almost, but not quite. The block touch.
First challenge that did not go the way of AKARI.
More substitutions, this time on the side of PLDT.
AKARI just taking care of that lead. As Leah Malaluan gets ready to serve. Yet another green archer.
Yeah.
Lady Spiker. And another Lady Spiker on the other side.
Yeah.
And this is a good chance also for AKARI to really see how much they can exploit the talent of Tin Tiamson. Who is an addition to the AKARI Chargers.
She was a great addition, and in this match coming off the bench, she has been very effective for AKARI.
You know what she was able to do for Signal, no?
Yeah.
And both teams saying, making their claim. Let's see if we are going to end up with a video challenge. We don't know who touched the ball last. And let's see what is the final decision of our up ref, Marlon Macabenta.
Well, they call it in favor of AKARI, and it looks like PLDT will challenge.
So for right now, AKARI is getting the point. PLDT looking for the right card to launch. Parang hindi na yata. Or baka too late na, di ba? There's such a thing as a, is it a 10-second rule?
But
8 seconds, but then he didn't make a call yet.
Yeah. Anyway.
AKARI now, the biggest lead that they're enjoying so far in this game. Ooh.
Oh, good dig.
Wow, a one-handed dig by Kat Arado there, but it's still AKARI's point. So this is a combination of PLDT coming up with some errors, Rodriguez there we saw, and AKARI just upping their game.
Yeah, that's true. That's why we say we like the 6 that Tina Salak has put in. Well, PLDT, we talked about errors of AKARI. What about PLDT here in the second set? They have to correct that.
Oh, well, okay. I guess they did just that. Oh, but that is really something to expect from Kennedy, who is unfazed by any kind of that the opponent might amass here. She just towers over everybody else, very athletic.
And not too much movement, eh. Really just makes it look easy, like you said.
That one mistimed. It's outside, but was it touched by PLDT? It doesn't seem so, so PLDT will get that point.
Well, that's 2 straight points for PLDT, how quickly they made a comeback. So AKARI wants a stop here.
Good first ball there from Faith Desperos. We've been noticing how effective she is on defense too. Soyud. Good rebound there for PLDT. And Savvy just placing the ball exactly where she needed.
And you heard that sound, no? Very crisp. Good contact with the ball.
Sukat na sukat yun para sa PLDT, and now they're just down by 1.
Papunta ka sa bola. Walang execution yung nagano'n yung kailangan natin kumunik. Pumunta ka doon sa bola. Dumadaan sa harap mo yung bola mo. Lumalagpas bago mo panuwi. Kailangan nakikita mo. Yung bola para isa. Putol mo eh. Tatlo spikers mo. Eli. Send. Isa, importante. Isa, kahit si Sabi. May conference. Basa side out tayo. Tatlo spikers. Okay tayo.
We have volleyball fans of all ages. A very young fan of Kennedy enjoying the action here. Meantime, we heard from Coach Tita Salak reminding the girls that this is a very favorable rotation with the 3 hitters. For them to take advantage.
Yeah.
In the front there. Back to PLDT. Another chance here to even things up.
A good dig.
Oh, that one got away from Nisperos.
Boy, that's a great ad-lib for Faith Desperos.
Yeah.
It was so near the net. She was able to brush it off the blockers.
Entering the game for AKARI, number 6, Risa Sato.
They'll take the point. Not a pretty point, but a point just the same. Perfect first pass. And that is outside. Was it touched?
Finding the line, Mika Reyes.
I think they call it inside.
Oh, so she actually found the line that looked outside from our vantage point. Looked like it was wide, but PLDT will get the point.
Oh, chase.
Buhay pa rin ang bola, pero lumabas. So this time, the set that Faith Desperos wanted, and she put the ball away. AKARI up by 2 in our second technical time. UAAP Season 89 begins this September 12th. Watch all the collegiate sports action on the UAAP Varsity Channel, One Sports and Signal Play, because legends start here. Isa na UAAP.
How time flies.
napakabilis.
Yeah.
Mark your calendar, September 12 is the start of the UAAP action. Sino ba ang host this year? FEU ba? FEU. This is FEU's year to host. Of course, as you know, we start off with the action in basketball and some other sports. Yeah. Ano ba? Football ba? is ngayon? Badminton. Hindi Laksina enjoying the action here. Tennis din. Meron pa iba? Fencing. Lahat na.
Well, AKARI with a good 2-point lead. I mean, given that they only scored 14 in set number 1.
Ah, that's a good point. They've already outdone themselves.
Ready.
This is exactly where they want to be. We talked about really even just the attitude they bring into the game, much improved and really changed from the first set. Whoa! Nobody saw that coming. But then again, it doesn't surprise you because Kamuy Kal is so athletic.
Yeah. And aggressive at the net.
Quick timeout for PLDT.
Go guys! Setter pa rin yun ah. Go, go, go! Pasok mo na.
Go, go! Enjoy pa! Let's go! PLDT!
Last time on that 1-2 hitter. Kamuy Kal.
She is very athletic. You see her leap there.
Yeah, enjoying that moment. And especially when it's least expected, now they're going to expect that.
Well,
Pretty
you
much
know,
a scoring setter here.
we have a lot of hitting setters, like
Si Caf is another one on the other
Caf,
side. Yeah.
Mars Alba.
Yes, yes. Good serve. But an even better first ball. Good reflexes there for Risa Sato, keeping the ball alive. Almost a goner. And that one is a goner. So this is, again, Savvy Davison taking matters into her own hands. She doesn't like being in catch-up position where PLDT is not dominating.
Look at the hang time of Savvy Davison.
Oh, that one is good. And that's Risa Sato contributing, coming off the bench here.
That's her first point, no, of today's match.
But right before that, we saw it was really her save, her quick wits, keeping the ball alive that led to that point before this one.
Yeah, and one thing, you know, for AKARI, they're happy because they were able to get Savvy out of the service area.
Another chance here for PLDT. Back row attack. Good up by Abil. Ooh. Too much though. Knew the intention to go deep because medyo butas doon. You gonna get that? Or did it land inside?
I think they call a net touch on PLDT. So lucky break also for AKARI.
4 points. Biggest lead for AKARI today. Oh, what a serve from Faith Desperos. Kitang-kita mo yung dating ng bolang yun.
But it looked a bit strong. It was on its way out, but Savvy Davison was able to get a hand at that. They've been targeting Savvy Davison.
Well, they want her out of the play.
Yeah.
So it says it really isn't about her ability to receive.
Chance.
Laksina again. And Laksina showing how versatile she is as a player. Same with Faith Desperos. I think that's what both of them have been able to display here in the on-tour, that they're reliable both on offense and defense.
Isa-isang task muna, yung 1 muna. Receive. Tapos yung kay Ivy na hindi mataas na ball. Normal backing lang. Pag may ilang sa off ha, option pa rin tayo. Go, 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 go.
So how the tables have turned in the second set. First set ending 25-14. And look how AKARI is able to dominate in the second frame.
Well, one thing PLDT has to realize is they did give AKARI so many chances with all their errors. And AKARI, this is a very young team. They will accept these errors with open arms, and that built their momentum. They're playing so much better.
Another good serve there from Faith Desperos. Whoa! Also the effort on blocking for AKARI, making a difference now. Davison decided to put that up. Back row attack. Look at the effort on the AKARI side. And that is what you want to see if you're AKARI. It is the effort to keep the ball in play. Pahirapan nyo man lang ang PLDT.
Yeah, if you're the coach, there's nothing more you can do. It's like, they tried.
We got Malaluan in the front, and Jessie De Leon still playing. And this is a familiar substitution with Sheila Kiseo coming in at the serve. 5-point lead for AKARI.
If you're AKARI, you just want to play side-out volleyball.
Yeah, 4 points is all they need. And iwasan lang yung errors, which they have been able to do in the second set. And allowing PLDT actually to commit the errors this time. Easy up there, another chance for AKARI. Good coverage for PLDT. Malaluan from the left pin. It's called outside by the lines judge, but was there contact?
Well, yeah, AKARI gets a point. Now it's try to go for a really tough angle and a cute one at that.
Serving from AKARI, Risa Sato.
And Risa Sato has stayed in the game. Another chance here. Good coverage. Malaluan again. Oh, Elisoyo trying to go off speed there. And you know, these are opportunities for us to demonstrate how hard it is to do that. Di madali yun eh, yung off speed.
And she was in the back row.
Oh.
And number 9, Kim Fajardo.
So there really is, if hindi mo na master, mahirap din itawid eh. Because you just have to have the right, just enough touch to get it over.
Enough power.
Enough power. Ooh, with the help of the net. But ball still alive. And that is going to be a point for the high-speed hitters. So these errors we're talking about earlier, AKARI really needing only 3 points to get set 2.
Yeah, they have to be careful.
Good rotation here for PLDT with a full front.
Good dig.
Back row attack. Another chance here for PLDT.
Good dig.
Yeah, we're seeing good defense from both sides. All alone there, Mika Reyes. Tinasalak, uncounted. Oh, it was a Leah Malaluan, actually, we credit for that. But AKARI now needing to call for time.
Ayun, play to tayo. Ay, di ba? Okay. Race, sino? Jack?
Jaja.
Pwede. Ngayon, pag nag-play to ka, at least yung back row mo na dito. Wag din. Ganun. Sige, kuha mo na to. Pasa
hearing the cheers from the crowd.
Yep. A lot of fans here. That was key. That was a huge block for Malaluan.
Yes, credit Malaluan for that one. Just going up all alone. Just the timing.
What a front row for PLDT. Tall one at that.
Tough serves coming from Capardo. That one is outside, but was there contact by PLDT? That's the question again.
It looked high. It looked like a high contact. So, well, Coach Tina looks like she's not going to challenge.
So this is a mini run for PLDT, and if you are cheering for the high-speed hitters, this is exactly the right time for a run for them.
Yeah. AKARI needs to stop here.
Oh, what a time for a service ace for Capajardo.
That was just smart. She saw Faith Esperos was defending well, moved a little bit to the end line. So let's make it drop in the middle.
Tough serve. She's got all kinds of serves. Kanina makita natin yung lumulutang.
You see
Meron din siyang tusok.
the way it dropped?
Yeah. So it's 4 points so far that they've made up. Oh, and now forcing the errors on the AKARI side. We were talking about these errors.
That's gotta hurt because they had a comfortable lead and now we are tied. Twos across the board.
And really, it's not good news for AKARI with Kim Fajardo at the service line. She's so in control of her ball. Plus, you know the strength of that full front.
And that
full front row.
Full tall.
Yeah, the tall front row. And actually, balik-balik ka rin mo pa yan eh. I mean, si Reyes is not even on the floor. She's probably the tallest one among the players here. Mika is like 5'11", I think. But you've got Lea Malaluan, who you don't miss Mika when she's up there.
Malaluan, you have Kiana.
And you have Joy Baron. Yes, matatangkad talaga eh.
We have a challenge from AKARI for net fault.
Oh, a net fault challenge.
Oh, it's pretty delayed, but they will
Binigay
allow
pa rin.
it. Yeah.
Well, you know, if you're AKARI, you're going to want to try everything. They have challenges to give, why not? And also maybe a chance for Coach Tina to talk to the girls here. Because things kind of unraveled for them. They were in control, AKARI. And then all of a sudden, the errors kept coming. That was the ball really making all the movement of the net.
It's a second unsuccessful challenge. It means
no more.
No more.
Again, a tough serve here from Fajardo. That one got through, and that was a good chance there really for AKARI to just regroup. That was a strategic video challenge, I think, for Coach Tina.
Well, that was a crucial point for Ivy Latsina. AKARI has a full front row as well.
They're still in the lead. They only need 2 points to take this first set. Of course, a second set rather. First set going to PLDT 25-14. Pasok! And AKARI now just needing a point. I mean, look at the difference between the first and second sets. This is a totally different complexion in the second set.
Latsina was active in the last 2 points. First the kill, now the kill block.
Right when it matters. Set point for AKARI. Oh, quick action there. That quick set, which is what PLDT needed. Again, that connection between Kim Fajardo and Majoy Baron. Undeniable.
This is a great second set.
Well, this is still set point for AKARI, so this is the pressure serve for Leah Malaluan. Let's see if AKARI can get this one.
Good pass.
Outside set.
Oh!
What a save there, though. We continue. And that one bouncing off of the hands. And this is something we know about PLDT. They will not roll over and quit early.
Yeah, that's a thing about great teams. You know? You can't count them out until the other team wins.
Yeah. PLDT is able to save 2 set points, and now we're tied at 24. One-handed set. Arado exactly where she needed to be. And that one is off the hands, and now it is Savvy Davison getting her team to set point. First set point for PLDT.
Yeah, come crucial times, you go to Savvy Davison, and she did not disappoint.
Let's see if AKARI can hold out here. Reyes there with the difficult serve. Alisoyan finds the line. Oh no, they're calling it outside.
But they have no challenge remaining,
Oh,
remember.
that's right.
Linesmen called it out, so they cannot challenge. This is when we see the importance of having a challenge
You
during
are so
crucial
right.
moments.
Yep. I mean, you would think that it was late in the day, the score at 22 when Coach Tina called for that net fault challenge. And that was, well, from our vantage point, we get to see it again as we take a look at the game-changing play brought to you by GAC. Oh, what about that shot there? That shot wasn't in basketball, but that point by Mika Reyes. And the second set going the way of the PLDT high-speed hitters. We will be back to talk more about the second set after the break. beautiful Lanao del Norte, the hosts for our Saturday offering of the 2026 Premier Volleyball League on tour. Chikiro Apuno with Noreen Go and Thea Franco also joining us for this coverage. And look at that catch-up job by PLDT in this second set. Just how things went sour for AKARI. Just so close to winning it. They had 2 chances, actually.
And one thing they have to learn, no, is they have to close it. I mean, they had their chances. Remember, we said they can afford to play side-out volleyball, which they didn't. They allowed PLDT to get into their own groove and, you know, chipped away at the lead and finally tied it at 24 and eventually won it. PLDT, it wasn't the set that they wanted, but in the end justifies the means, right? They had a lot of errors, but they made up for it towards the end, which shows why they are champions. They have a couple of championships on their belt. But let's look at some numbers. Attacks, that was a pretty good 13 for AKARI. I mean, they broke into the double digit. The blocking, PLDT strength by 2. Errors, we talked about the errors of PLDT. This pretty much happened at the start of the second set, but they kept it at that. You know, they stopped those errors. AKARI, again, it was a better set as compared to the first set, but they need to learn how to close sets because this was their set to lose and they gave it pretty much
and you know, many of those errors happening in the latter part of that second set. Maybe they were comfortable with the lead and PLDT just took advantage of that. And Savvy Davison also just taking matters into her hands in the second set. We talked about how it was a full team effort in the first set, everybody contributing, but now Savvy Davison, we're used to seeing her at the top of the scoring tally. She is the highest pointer so far with 12 points. Not a surprise, and it's about the timing of these points. She really coming through when it's needed the most. And that was just a set stolen from AKARI. Just really stolen from under them. They were up by 5 points. 17-22. And then that catch-up by PLDT.
PLDT just showing their strength there, staying in the game, did not give up. And that's what you like to see from good teams. AKARI, again, a pretty young team, but they have to learn from all these experiences.
That is really also what the on-tour series is for. AKARI able to play 2 games in the series. They lost to Zeus, their opening game in the on-tour, but they did beat Chocomucho. And this is also the other team that PLDT beat Chocomucho on 4 sets rather, in Ilocos. And after that, it was AKARI's turn to take Chocomucho in 4 sets as well. That was in South Cotabato and Polomalok. So AKARI getting very familiar with the southern part of the country.
3 matches. They call a net violation on Savvy Davison, and she's not happy with that call, but it stays.
Very important third set here for AKARI. Saltones, one of the veterans. Perfect pass.
She sat on the bench for quite a while.
In that second set. Kim Kianadi just celebrating every point, and that's what you like about her. She just never loses her enthusiasm.
She has a lot of fans. We saw it, you know. You said it.
And that little
all
girl.
ages, and she's not disappointing.
She has a huge following, even from among the dancers out there with her academy.
They call a catch and throw violation. Coach Tina not happy with that, but it looked it because you know you cannot, the ball and the hand cannot be in contact for even more than a split second.
So they call it a lifting violation. Can also be a catch and what do you call it? Catch and throw. So too long in the hands. No?
It has to be like really, you know, just
split second
touch.
Ooh, tough serve. AKARI has their work cut out for themselves, but they have... that falls in for Savvy, as we hear.
That's an ad-lib.
Right. And our stadium announcer knows that they calls that perfectly. She just pretty much tried to keep the ball in play and inadvertently scores out of it. And that one she earned.
That was a better hit for her, enjoying herself out there.
That cross-court na medyo bitin. Kaya hindi mo alam kung paano mo dedepensahan.
Yeah, she finds a way in breaking the defense of her opponents.
Yeah, I think that's it about Savvy. You don't know how to establish a defensive pattern against the likes of Savvy because she can change it. She adjusts mid-game. And she can score from just about anywhere. Ooh! That one looked good.
We talked about her in the pre-game. I mean, a bit quiet in today's match.
I was going to say, probably not enough in the second set. Maybe she really needs to just up her game and contribute like she did in that game against Chocomucho. This is when we need to see Chenny Tagao produce.
On cue.
AKARI tied at 5. So they have to remember that they were able to really get ahead of PLDT in the second set. Kaya is what they need to remember. But they also have to keep in mind that PLDT is a never-say-die team, so they have to guard whatever advantage they're able to gain.
They learned that the hard way in set number 2.
Masakit yun, yung pagkatalo ng AKARI in that second set. Oh! Ayan, nagpatong-patong na sila doon. Tawan-tawa si Savvy. Pati si Risa Sato natawa. That's something that you will expect from Kat. Tignan natin ulit. Whoop! And here comes Kat. Ayun, para silang sapin-sapin doon, no? Hindi talaga ayaw yan si Kat Arado. Kahit maaga pa in the second set. They're up 2 sets to none. Early in the third set.
Again, she won the best libero, I think, last conference. She wants that again.
Yeah. Good first ball. Oh! That's what happens when you have a perfect pass to give Fajardo. Then she has the option for the 1-2.
So one each. Cal and Fajardo.
Sabi ni Kaf, bigyan mo rin ako ng mataas, papaluin ko. Parang si Kamuy Cal kanina. Yeah, that was perfectly executed, that 1-2 play by Fajardo. It's so deceptive. Whoa!
Oh, good dig.
Wow, nakuha pa ni Davison yun. Good defense on both sides. And there's Cal.
2-1.
Yes.
Cal.
Cal getting the better of PLDT this time. And this is fun, seeing really the face-off between these two very talented setters. Whoa. Just enough touch there.
It's good to see them enjoying themselves, no?
AKARI leads by 1. This is how the first 2 sets started also, medyo close. Oh, narinig mo yun. Pero lumabas. Untouched by AKARI, and they are going to get to 8 points first. They lead by 2 in our first technical timeout.
In the ring for the last match of the PLDT High Split. Mr. Zoy Baron mentioned and reflected that this tour really gave them the time to get to know one another, especially with insertion of Leila Cruz, Joan Monares, Jessa Orjales, and Fiana Ariola. With a PVL on tour acting as a good bonding opportunity for them. And when asked what viewers can expect for their next conference, Majoy said they'll bring this momentum forward. Now let's see if this momentum can finally seal this game for them. Back to you, Chika and Noreen.
Free shot coming in for AKARI. Number 6 out to out, number 25, Charlotte Chandler. 2 free shots coming in for PLDT. Number 11, D out. Number 9 for Hong Kong coming in.
AKARI with a 2-point lead after the first technical timeout, and you see on your screens PLDT nakauna na. If you're just joining our coverage now, the first set very different from the second, in spite of the well, similar endings. No, both games going to PLDT.
Yeah, 25-14 and then 26-24.
And we mentioned AKARI really dominating in that second set, given two chances actually to win it. But PLDT did PLDT things, just stayed on, eventually just stealing that win from the Chargers in set 2.
Reyes' efficiency is really good. I mean, she doesn't get a lot of sets, but when she does, she gets the point.
Good first ball. That running attack, we don't see too many. But that was good coverage from PLDT. So we probably want to see more of a variety from AKARI, because given na yung tindi ng blocking ng PLDT.
Bedonia gets a point, block touch. And after that first technical timeout, PLDT ties it at 8-all.
Top serve from Mika Reyes. Ooh. And that's a break for AKARI. We've got a new setter. We've got Alcantara. Also a deep bench for PLDT, showing us this is a display of really the caliber of setters they have on PLDT side.
Serving for AKARI, Shar Ancheta.
PLDT really beefing up their lineup. A lot of these teams, no?
Yeah, also with the reshuffling, we saw there the players of Signal actually being spread out. And we also saw Leila Cruz earlier in the coverage, how she has been training already with her new team, PLDT. We've not seen her in action, not here on tour, but we expect her to suit up for the high-speed hitters come the invitationals.
Yeah. Another tall player for
Another
PLDT.
tall DLSU baby. And Bedonia will score again.
Taking advantage of her time or her stint in the front row.
Jessie De Jong also getting some good playing time today.
Good pass.
Oh, pasok, said the Lions judge. And that was off speed, just very good placement for AKARI.
Tough angle there. And remember, Jessie De Leon was a middle blocker, so actually floor defense is
not her forte.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that AKARI can definitely exploit. That one caught, but difficult for AKARI, giving a free ball to PLDT. Alcantara setting up Majoy Baron there. And the rally. Good coverage both sides. Ooh, Tagaod hoping for the touch.
I think they call a net violation on PLDT. And, you know, Tagaod should be happy that it was a mishit because it was in the air for longer than normal. Then
So
the
they
net
called the
touch.
net.
Because if it hit the floor,
Tapos na.
tapos na.
Oh. That's a point for AKARI. Enjoying a 3-point lead now. Broken play here for PLDT. Another chance for the Chargers. Tagaod, one more chance. Going down the line.
Oh, still good.
Yeah. On to the other side this time. Good coverage. And PLDT. But Pito. Is she going to...
Yeah, I think she hit it beyond the antenna.
Ah, so that's going to be a point for AKARI still.
It's a 4-point lead for AKARI. That's why they, Coach Ral summons the troops back.
Couple of unforced errors already for PLDT. So these errors, again, piling up. It has been a less than clean game for PLDT. Good call to let that sail out by Savvy Davison.
That's one. These are the errors you don't want to see. You built a 4-point lead only to throw the serve away. I mean, you worked hard for it, given that there are errors from your opponents.
Tough serve. Oh, that one's inside. Nobody went for that one.
Well, you're seeing actually a weakness in the defense of PLDT. You know, those off-speed to the sideline.
One more time on that last play. Yeah, they just watched the ball drop and going was nowhere near the ball.
But they give it away.
I mean, 3 points is in no way a comfortable lead for AKARI.
Gives it right back.
These are the things they can only hope for. The unforced errors from PLDT just to help their campaign. Because when they get going, if you look at the rallies that we've seen, sino bang na lumalamang? When the rallies are long, what have you noticed?
Well, it seems like PLDT likes longer rallies.
Let's see if this is going to build up.
Good dig.
Na. The crowd likes the long rallies.
Of course, we like the long rallies.
Woo. Good defense by Cal, but a broken play here. This time going outside to the left pin. Expected this time by PLDT, showing better defense.
Chance.
Savvy Davison. Still stopped, but that one is outside. We've seen a couple of those long rallies being really finished off by Savvy Davison.
Well, making the right decisions at crucial moments. I think that's a major strength for Savvy Davison.
Also shows their focus. You have to be willful about keeping your focus when the ball goes back and forth that long. Blocked that time. Good heads-up play by Calf there to keep it in play. And that is just classic Savvy Davison.
It's like she finds the right moment where she's gonna put power in her hits, right?
Yeah, just the choice of attack, no? She's got all kinds. And yeah, this time she just goes all out. That angle just so difficult. Tough serves also we're seeing from PLDT. What is the call?
You can see it from this pair. She's saying it's out.
Untouched by PLDT. So the catch-up job by PLDT coming early in this third set. It's called outside, but who touched it last? Oh, that one given to PLDT again. We're now tied at 15.
Again, AKARI, you have to be careful with these errors. You know, 2 straight hitting errors.
Out from the right pin, gets it past the two-man block, and you see the power behind her attack there. So that was AKARI managing to get the lead at her second technical timeout. Chargers up by 1. Lead back to AKARI in this third must-win set for the Chargers after giving up the first two. 25-14, 26-24, both for PLDT. And AKARI is back against the wall now.
Yeah, they need to win. I mean, this is a must-win set for the Chargers because they're down 2 sets. But they're in prime position to do that. You know, if you have to learn from the second set, you know how to be mentally prepared to claim this third set.
And again, we saw AKARI lead by as much as 5 points late in the second set. So they shouldn't second-guess themselves whether or not they can play against a power team like PLDT. They are able to match their intensity when they want to. And that is just really what it's gonna take. Risa Sato, of course, very new. Maraming bago sa pagtingin ng marami na si Risa Sato still wearing pink and white, but this time for the AKARI Chargers. And many missed her in the PVL. Glad to see her back. Change in setters here. Jomi Kagande, who was also brought in earlier in the game. She is now calling the shots for AKARI.
Yeah.
That one inside. That got past with Abil.
Who wish she were a bit taller.
The few times you want to be taller as a libero. Otherwise, it pays to be closer to the ground.
That's true, that's true. But this was a smart tip. You know, just reading the defense of AKARI. Nobody home there.
Oh. And that's a that's a very unconventional way to get a point, but it's a point just the same for AKARI.
You know, that's a perfect example of why they came up with that reaching beyond challenge. So they're not too aggressive. Normally, when it's
Pag
about
ganyan,
the cross, they will hit it. But this time, they waited too long.
Oh, solid blocking there from AKARI. Back row attack, and against one blocker, Tate Despero says, no, kaya ko yan.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Yeah. 2-point lead for AKARI.
And AKARI looking good here. PLDT needing to call for timeout. Must-win situation for AKARI, so this is a good place for them to be. 2 points ahead, but just a word of warning for the Chargers. Remember the 5-point lead that they enjoyed late in the second set that nawala, parang bula.
Yeah, they need to learn how. First, they need to pad, get to the 20s and then learn how to close it. The PLDT, you want to end this in straight sets and try to enjoy the sights and sounds of Lanao del Norte.
And that is outside for Tate Despero. So again, these unforced errors really just haunting them.
Well, it's not sure yet.
So nagtatalo. From our vantage point, again, it looked outside, but then we've got, they're asking the 3-line stretches.
There's a discussion going on.
This is a challenge called by the referee.
AKARI is more careful with their challenges. Remember that last set. Although
Oh,
the people who were watching said that it was out.
anyway. So this is a referee's challenge, not charged to any team. So both teams still have their 2 challenges intact.
This challenge is free.
Yeah, libre yan. Diba? Natutunan na natin yan sa kakapanood ng hearing. Moto proprio yan, moto proprio. Ang referee ang nagtawag ng challenge. It's unclear. He needed to consult with the Lions judges.
Well, I think this is a good challenge because Faith Despair feels that it's good. No.
That's probably the angle from where they're looking. But yeah, it is pretty out. We called it out. So we weren't wrong about that.
Okay, you can go back to your point that they should not have these errors.
Right. As I was saying.
As you were saying.
It's PLDT just... You're right. They look like they want to end it in 3. Just get it over with. And you know that they have the manpower for that.
That's true. And Kiseo has been delivering every time she's put in the court.
Saltones gave it her all. Napatawid patuloy. But AKARI getting the ball back. Let's take a look at that last play one more time. Abil there with a pass.
You see the way she, well, obviously the way she dodged the net to get that point.
And yeah, it was a quick touch, a quick connection there from Saltones that caught PLDT off guard. We're not able to block that one. Oh, netball challenge. We just saw the replay there. I don't know if you noticed anybody at the net, or maybe they're talking about a different point of the game, a different time of the game.
I think they're not sure because we saw a conversation between the first and the second referee. So I guess it's a good challenge for PLDT.
There is that rule that you cannot call for a challenge until dead ball, even if the challenge happened earlier in the sequence.
But it's probably that. I mean, it's probably that Rachel Saltones hit. We'll see.
I mean, we've seen it where the challenges will stop the play, and that doesn't seem to be that's not happening in PVL.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you all caught the premium point. That is something that really, I think, is going to be talked about by volleyball fans. To see if that's something that can be introduced here in the PVL for good, not just in the on tour or maybe in FIVB.
Yeah.
Malay mo. But the question is when to call it, because then they might you know, when the decision to call it will be judged whether it is biased or not, or favoring one team over another. Ano? Tingin mo?
You know that
Wala namang fault.
that challenge, the net moved.
Oo.
The net moved, but I don't see anyone actually hitting the net.
And it's tricky that way. I think that's what they're looking at. Baka merong movement dun sa net.
Well, anyway, AKARI gets the point.
And again, PLDT just shrugging that off and getting the point and the ball back.
Now serving for PLDT.
This is a rotation that actually, when PLDT made their comeback, right, with Fajardo serving.
Soyud, and that was sharp, but a good up by Kim D. Kiana D. Back row attack! Oh, wow! Solo block. Ayun, alam natin si Joy Baron is very capable of those solo blocks.
That was a perfect block, perfectly timed. Look at that.
She doesn't need help. And you know, it's harder when the ball's coming from the back row. How to time those? Yeah, it's a lot of skill. Right pin. Davis in there. Kim Kennedy and the ball. And the point. Now with AKARI. And Soyud coming through for the team right at the right time.
Yeah, much needed point there for Soyud and the Chargers.
So much closer all throughout. No? This is the tightest that we've seen. This third set na talagang palitan sila ng puntos.
Towards the end, no?
Oh, wow! What a save there by Abil. Chance again for PLDT. Outside set. And again, good hands there. AKARI just struggling to stay with this. Oh, look!
Still alive!
They are still alive. Oh! And that is definitely a break there. Was that given to... That looked like it was out.
Yeah.
It is out. Okay. And that is just persistence and a never say die attitude. This time from the AKARI Chargers. So a well-earned point there.
Yeah, and that attitude actually frustrated Kennedy with that. It's like, I wanted to end this. I'm going to hit it over and then the error.
Yeah. It was a good idea actually because nobody was in the back. But she overshot and that's 2 straight points for AKARI. Rihanna there, keeping things alive for the Chargers. Crowd recognizing AKARI just fighting back.
And Cal has been serving well.
She's back. She sat out for a while. So we just appreciate what's going on the court also. Oh, that's inside. That's deep across court. Begonia. So on point in that one.
She had her moment and she delivered, you know, every time she gets a set.
That was just an underhanded set for Bedonia.
No, those are the toughest to get, the line balls.
Oh, so here we are with I think I'm hearing this is the premier, yeah.
Premier point.
All right.
That's the sign.
Okay.
Love. Heart.
Heart. Korean heart. I mean, if this can get us to set point or a tied third set, what's it gonna be? And it's PLDT's shot now. Whoa! And the crowd.
Oh, still alive.
And the crowd just loving the premier points.
Well, AKARI makes it to set point.
Oh, it was either a tied game or a set point for AKARI, and this is the kind of help that AKARI needs. Really, a very well-timed premier point here. And this is what I'm saying, the timing of these premier points. When do you bring them in?
The question is, does PLDT have it in them to make a comeback?
That's one down. Again, walang kakabog-kabog itong si Kim Kennedy. But you see that we're substituting the game face from her smiling face. So she means business. And we've got Mika Reyes back in the game at the front. And Joey Prado, these are the starters. And AKARI will call for time. And that premier point really just worked out for AKARI there.
Kung mag-side step naman, ganun pa rin yung club mo, hindi ka pa rin makakit. Kailangan mo extend mo yung... Hoy, tatlo spikers! Correct? Girl! Sorry. Pwede ka reverse. Pwede ka reverse mo. Okay? Tapos reverse mo. Para at least na-isolate natin sa...
Ano ako, magbibitres ako. Challenge ko si Davidson.
Okay.
Chenny. Ano kayo? Target mo.
Emergency. Emergency. Missile Dones. Emergency. Okay. Walang magkocontrol. Tomo tayo. Let's go. Let's go.
And this right here is a test of heart for AKARI. They have 3-point advantage. They have 3 chances at set point compared to the 2 that they had in the second set, which they squandered, by the way. PLDT with a serve. Tagaon is given a chance. Good coverage by Abil. One more time from Chenny. PLDT will get to counter, and there's a whistle. And it looks like a call against PLDT. And AKARI, it looks like they will romp away with a third set win and a chance to play on. And look at this crowd.
Well, we ain't done yet. We still have another set. More volleyball.
Buhay pa ang AKARI Chargers. We'll talk more about that third set after the break. Well, we might say it's a combination of luck and skill for AKARI getting that third set win after the very timely premier point for the Chargers, giving them 2 points to get to set point, and they did not waste the opportunity.
Yeah, what you appreciate from AKARI there in set number 3 is it was a must-win set, and you saw the hustle. You know, they really fought for the points. Yeah, helped by some errors here and there from PLDT, but they kept with the rallies. Remember that long rally, which pretty much frustrated PLDT. Kiana D hit it outside. So I think that pretty much summed it up. AKARI just frustrated PLDT, and we have another set of volleyball.
That was the sets are pretty take long to settle, no? Maraming mga back and forth as we saw in this third set. Talk about the numbers, Nori.
Yeah, the one category that really stands out is the errors. You know, AKARI able to limit their errors to 6. I mean, they had a lot in set number 1, I think 9, and then 8 or 7 in set 2 and 6. So it's a improvement. Well, PLDT the other way around. You know, they kept committing more and more errors from the first, second, and third. And eventually, those errors caught up with them. They lost the third set, and you need to play one more set. AKARI is going to try to push this to a 5th set. PLDT, let's see. You want to end this in 4, or you want to play volleyball?
And you look at the stats on the serves also. So AKARI is able to get a couple of points from the service line. So something that they have to remember also, PLDT with their reception. And you know that if you get it to Caf, to Kim Fajardo, if you give her a good pass, she will create, sometimes score even.
Yeah.
And so that's something that PLDT has to keep in mind.
You can see Coach Reld looking like, he looks like he wants to end this, putting the first stringers back in.
That's right, towards the end we saw the starting lineup back on the court. Alema Luluan is also left on the court here. And let's see what AKARI can come up with here in this 4th set. I mean, even from the get-go, or particularly the second set, they saw how they're able to keep in step with PLDT.
Yeah, pretty impressive, you know, for AKARI, given that, you know, they're using a lot of bench players. They're trying to mix things up. I mean, the same for PLDT. But AKARI, again, the younger team, they should be the more eager team.
And we're off. Set number 4. AKARI still in a must-win situation here. They want to extend to a 5th decider. And that one's outside. So appreciate AKARI also for forcing these longer rallies against PLDT.
Yeah, you appreciate Judith Appel. She has been well as a libero.
That's right. And you had again for Judith Abil. And we did mention at the top of the coverage, nandyan yung mga kababayan niya. I'm sure many friends and family coming to the Mindanao Center, Mindanao Civic Center today.
Judith Abil has been around, really. I remember watching her when she was in UE. One thing that never changes really her attitude. Fun to watch.
She's another one of those Energizer bunnies on the court. Quick point here for PLDT. I think this is what we're seeing. PLDT wants to score quick and the thing that's happening to them is they lapse into errors when the rallies get longer.
Yeah, you're right.
11 errors in that last set.
Off the touch for Jenny Tagao.
Well, Jenny Tagao playing it smart, just brushing it off Savvy Davison.
It counts more, I think, when you score off of Savvy.
Probably.
Good first ball, quick, oh, almost got a hand in there. But these are the types of quick conversions that we've seen PLDT do. And you want to see more of those if you're PLDT, just get the points quickly.
Yeah, Kim Fajardo really going to Majoy Baron. I mean, remember in the first set, not too much sets for her, but they've been trying to go to Baron.
Good pass there. The running attack's not quite working for AKARI. That's something that's missing from both sides. Actually, you're not seeing too much variety and too much use of the middle blockers.
Yeah. And they call a violation on Risa Sato. Another lifting violation.
Tough serve from Ajoy Baron. It's going to be a broken play. And Savvy. I mean, that was a tough set coming from the back.
Out of system. But Davison, no problem.
I think she thrives in that. Yung mga ad-libbing and just non-set plays. That's how she shows her versatility and her creativity. Oh! Yan na naman yung mga solo block. This is Savvy now scoring off the block. So she was the top scorer as of the third set. So she just continues to pile on the points.
Yeah. I think she still is a top scorer.
And look at PLDT just taking control very quickly. This is the quickest we've seen PLDT score. They're just getting it one after another, and now they're 5 up against AKARI.
Yeah, Baron doing a good job in changing her serves up.
Ball still good. Another chance here for Faith Nesperos going deep, and that's a good idea. And cross-court attack.
And targeting the middle blocker in Majoy Baron.
Yeah. Bago pa makapagpalit, no? Before the libero is able to come in. Also, you credit Kamuy Cal for seeing that opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an ace. And 2 straight points from Faith Nesperos. So she's coming through for her team.
But, you know, we've seen this a lot. You don't want Kim Fajardo to really have to chase for the ball. You see where she's having a difficult time, so the other players have to assist.
Ball still good. It's going to be a free ball, and PLDT will get a chance. Fajardo pushing it to the right side. Ball still good, and that will go the way of the AKARI Chargers. Just keeping their focus, keeping with the ball. Jenny Tagaon couldn't believe that she was actually able to finish there.
You gotta give credit to Abel again for that great dig. Oh, that's why.
Just a 2-point lead for PLDT.
Yeah, good response from AKARI.
Yeah, it was 5 points, the lead. Chase there.
Oh!
And still she scores. Sabi sa'yo, mga adliban na ganyan eh.
That's the easiest point she's gonna get.
Nga. PLDT up by 3. We'll be back.
Shiki and Noreen, earlier I had the chance to talk to AKARI Chargers Jenny Tagawad, where she shared how welcome they felt during their stay here at Lanao del Norte. And she also mentioned na dito sa PVL on tour, naaral talaga nila kung paano magpasensya sa isa't isa. At kung ano-ano ang gusto at ayaw ng bawat teammate nila. Now this patience comes out on court as they extend this match. Now let's see if they can extend that patience and prolong this match further. Now back to you, Shiki and Noreen.
We're also seeing some signs of a little bit of fatigue creeping in because these have been long sets that they've been fighting just over 30 minutes to settle the score in sets 2 and 3. So a lot of back and forth.
Not just over 30 minutes, close to 40 minutes. 39 minutes to be exact.
So many rallies actually.
Number 12,
And we've got Ivy Lexina has been a bit quiet. Look at this change in personnel here. A lot of different players coming in now for Coach Tina. And we also see Desi De Leon back in the game. PLDT still up. Chance for the high-speed hitters. And good effort here for AKARI to at least stop the ball. Good rebound there. Hindi po napapatay. And that's called 4 hits against PLDT. Hindi tumawid. Oh.
Well, the blocker was there. We saw the hands there. Did it touch the hands of the blocker? That's the question.
That's what we want to see. These challenges. I mean, now we understand really the timing of it all. It's early and, well, it depends on how confident you are about the call, no? Sometimes there's a time when you want to just throw away the challenge and use it as a time to talk to your players, but actually I think it's more crucial now for AKARI because there's still a game down, a set down rather.
They want to push this to set number 5.
So this is the 5th time we are playing out of town. And we have one more game to go. That will be held in the Visayas, Negros. And that's something that our Visayan fans can look forward to. No block touch, hindi nga tumawid. That was clear.
All team.
High-speed hitters have had one more challenge remaining in this set. Now serving Risa Sato.
And Risa Sato will get the serve. And natawag doon. This time, this will benefit PLDT. So you wonder now what it's like for AKARI to have both Judith Abel and Risa Sato in their team. Because they bring in so much joy. And
sounds
so
like
much,
fun.
Yes. Parehong masayahin.
I think they need that. Very serious their team ng AKARI.
Oh, wow. That dolphin dive for Kath Arado. We needed a display of that. And that quick set, good defense. AKARI with a counter. Elisoyed will get that point.
You're right, no? The long rallies have been favoring AKARI. And they're doing a good job. You know, we thought PLDT at the start of the fourth set going to pull away, but AKARI is just down by 2.
Elisoyed has been able to come up with big serves, but it's a hit or miss for her. And another free point here for PLDT.
That has been her, you know, since set number 1, that has been really her weakness, no? Elisoyed, the serve.
Oh, they have good service reception, so that's something that's going for AKARI. And Maxina using that opportunity, making something out of that good first ball.
Well, this is her time. I mean, you want to bring your team to a 5th set. Ivy Laxina is more than capable. She gets a set.
Perfect pass. Oh, and a perfect put away. Joy Baron relished that one.
And that wasn't Kim Fajardo, that was Alcantara.
Just a perfect height.
I think that's the strongest we've seen from Joy Baron today.
I'm sure this is something that they go over again and again in practice, especially if you're Alcantara, just getting used to the kinds of balls that Joy Baron wants. Si Kaf kasi memorized na niya.
Yeah. So it's a lot of pressure for the second setters, second or third, because you have to try to copy Kim Fajardo. That's not easy.
Yeah, that is no mean feat. PLDT still up by 2. But AKARI not far behind. Oh! Good up there by De Leon. Ball still alive. Let's see if PLDT can get organized here. And that's off the hands of the 2-man block. Lea Malaluan, very efficient also.
Yeah, talking about getting organized. Malaluan has really added a lot to PLDT.
Just using the hands of her blockers there. Oh, wow, perfect placement there. Yes, that's really something that Tintiam Son, you know, has in her arsenal. She's such a smart player.
Yeah.
Oh, again. And we like the connection between Alcantara and Baron. That was a different one. That was a bit quick, but it was still just the right height.
Yeah. I mean, for Baron to like hammer it.
Yeah. Oh, yan naman ang sagot ng AKARI. Risa Sato also enjoying herself as usual.
You know, that is her strength. I remember ever since she was at U, it's the quickness. You know, she reacts so fast.
Abil setting up Tagaod. That one's tough. That one wide, untouched. Or sorry, that was Elisoyed there.
That's, you know, these are the errors that really dampen their spirits, because that is a crucial moment.
Oh, one-handed set. That was tough. I think that's going to be a lifting violation. So quick points for PLDT off of errors. Let's see what the call is. Right now, the point is for the high-speed hitters.
Well, Akari was contesting because the setter,
Reaching the...
yeah, is a back row setter.
Shouldn't jump or shouldn't...
Look at you, Sasato.
Trying to make out what first referee is saying. We'll get the official call. Ayan na. So he's going to allow the challenge. But there's a lot of action here with our up ref, si Ref Marlon Macabenta.
I think they're saying that Joemi Cagande is a back row setter, and then the ball has already crossed, so technically that's already a violation. But Soyut got a hand at that. So Akari may have a point. So we shall see what happens first.
Again, these challenges more crucial than ever. This could be it for Akari. They're able to extend to a fourth set. They did it the hard way. And again, with some luck with that very novel premier point that we're all enjoying in the on-tour series.
That gave Akari their set point.
Yeah, for those just tuned in, this is a point that will award 2 points, actually. A winning play that will give you 2 points rather than your traditional 1 point.
And what's the signal? Heart.
The Korean heart, yes.
Korean heart.
And we're still waiting for the decision here. I think they're trying to figure out which point of the game they're going to look. And the suspense is mounting here, even for the audience on hand at the Mindanao Civic Center.
Challenge by AKARI is denied. Point stays with PLDT.
And we heard that. The stadium announcer, Noel Zarate, announcing that the challenge will be denied. Point will stay with PLDT. And that will give us 15-11 score. So now the lead extends to 4 for PLDT.
Oh, Akari's got to shake it off.
Paano?
Like
shake it off.
They can't see it.
Okay, Taylor Swift. And PLDT again just coasting here. And these are just points outside of just regular play. Yeah. It's just... Well, these are just funny ways that PLDT is getting their points, but it's a 5-point lead, just the same in our second technical timeout. PLDT, led by Kat Arado, team captain and hometown girl, already in a very good position here in the fourth set. They had a chance to cap it in the third set, but AKARI got in their way. Let's see if PLDT can pull off their second win today.
Yeah, what's going on here? Actually going into that second technical timeout, a lot of errors on the side of AKARI, and this is just actually giving PLDT an easier time. So, but they're in good spirits, you know, it ain't over till it's over.
That, and we know that the on-tour is really just a chance for the teams to just solidify their campaign in the regular season of the PVL. These are no-bearing games after all, but still an opportunity to really play in front of their fans, and especially those from out of the metro, to really enjoy PVL action live.
And you have to understand, these players, they train, so what better venue than to go to a province, enjoy the sights and the food in that area and get to play. So you do everything that you're supposed to.
Pati nga tayo natututo kung ano pala yung pwede mong kainin doon sa Lanao. Tsaka buhay na buhay pa lang ang motocross doon.
Oo.
Parang sarap ng pagkain nila, yung pinapakita nila. And sabi mo, the waterfalls, the nature there.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so lush, and it just seems so clean, and the water, pristine, ang linaw.
Sa Lanao.
Okay.
Corny mo.
And there's a bit of a delay here. Coming out of the second technical timeout, they're checking the rotation. Sato, she always knows where the camera is, always. And it's just all, she's got her game face on. It's just all business for Nika Reyes there.
Well, it's a 5-point game.
And that one is a point for Sato. She's happy about that.
I mean, she's really just enjoying herself out there.
Oh yeah, she's saying it was a mishit almost, barely touched her hand. But she's so tall, so it was good enough. And then they're asking about, you can hear.
The point will be replayed.
That one is loud and clear.
Substitution for AKARI.
So they're wanting a substitution on the AKARI side. They're able to get it. So we've got Rapstapol, who already got some playing time earlier today. Yes.
So I'm looking.
There's a premier ball.
I think it's the coaches that request for that because I saw Dina Salak signal to the first referee.
But they have to agree,
Yeah?
I guess.
Yeah?
No? They have to agree. Ayan na. This is worth 2 points. And that is outside. Guess who gets it?
AKARI loves these points.
And so does the crowd, actually. Somehow, it really gets you going. Kahit tayo napapatayo when the premier point is played.
AKARI has won all premier points.
Combination attack. Alcantara remains the setter for PLDT. Better blocking from AKARI in this fourth set. Ooh.
Jessie Tagayon.
Jesse De Leon contributing here in the set 4.
Yeah, that's a great play for PLDT. Ball distribution once again by Alcantara, going to the outside, going to the opposite.
And I think for PLDT, it just will take
Now serving
the decision of Savvy Davison to take over. And
Great pass.
oh, good read here for Kat Arado. Chance here. Kamuy Cal going to the left pin. Arado was there. Alcantara giving it to the left as well. That one outside. Was that untouched? So it was an error by Malaluan at the attack.
You know, PLDT, we know they're a very talented team, but you have to realize the errors. In today's game alone, a lot of errors.
And you know, this is something that you want to happen now at this stage.
Yeah.
When it still doesn't count, but it's still important to win. But, you know, it doesn't blemish your record. It's about pride. But you do want to see the mistakes, the errors that you want to clean up.
Best pickup game. That's the best scrimmage.
Yeah. That's another point there for Jessie De Leon. Jessie De Leon is constant, consistent. She's a quiet operator.
Yeah.
But she makes her presence known when she's on the court.
Oh,
Good save!
Ah!
That was definitely worth the save. Or at least just the effort here, the floor defense of AKARI. They know that they need to work double time.
Serving for the Chargers.
You gotta give it to AKARI. They kept that ball alive, then they won the point.
And that one again, is it called inside this time? Malaluan was able to make up for that earlier error.
I think Malaluan has raised the level of her play.
Substitution for AKARI.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about the injuries earlier. We remember how Alea Malaluan almost missed her, the second half of her UAAP stint.
Yeah.
Buti meron siya naabutan ng kapraso pa before she graduated. But she was sidelined for almost 2 years at her prime when she was playing so well. Oh! And PLDT blockers on the loose.
And look who's in the front row.
You see KKD and Joy Baron side by side. It just signals something really dangerous for the opponent. And AKARI will call for a timeout. PLDT with a 4-point lead. Again, this is a must-win fourth set for AKARI. They did a great job playing catch-up in set 3 with the help, of course, of a very timely premier point for the Chargers, but they have been out of luck in the past few sequences here. PLDT just maintaining the lead. Good save. Fajardo is back on the court. Good stop there by Caf. Gaon with the counter. Again, Arado knowing where to be, but it is Faith Esperos so on the ball there. And giving the ball right back. Getting the point. Hard fought point there.
Well, there should be one last push for AKARI here.
Yep. If they're going to catch up, they have to do it now.
Serving for the
And Risa Sato back on the court.
He's a character, huh?
Quite the character. Good stop there.
Chance.
Oh, and that one got away from PLDT. So the blocking not quite as decisive. Medyo tentative.
Look at the floor defense.
PLDT still in the lead, but Coach Raul needed to call a timeout there. Papansin niya na medyo lumalaylay ng konti. And AKARI able to get 2 points there. PLDT clearly wanting to end it in 4.
Yeah, but with this 2-point lead for PLDT, it is achievable for AKARI.
Oh, absolutely. And at least you're seeing really the blockers of AKARI. He's attempting to challenge. And Faith Desperos has been working hard today.
Well, she's getting, her playing time. And I'm sure it feels good to play healthy.
3-point lead for PLDT. They're looking for 4 points to pick up another win, or their second win in the PVL on tour.
Now serving for PLDT, Alea Maladuan.
Mika Gande back on the call here as the setter for AKARI.
Oh.
And what a break here for AKARI. A service error from Malaluan.
We saw that already as soon as she released that. Oh. So chance now for AKARI.
And that one also outside. That looked much closer, actually. I thought that was going to drop.
Substitutions for PLDT, number 10, number 19, Jovi.
And we have some substitutions.
For PLDT, number 3,
and we got Jovi Brado, who started today. And she's coming in at the serve. Mika Reyes also back on the court.
You know Mika Reyes wants to get these stuff blocks at this point. Good serve.
Abil there, and her heroics, keeping the ball in play. Oh! And that one, Risa Sato with her timing. So AKARI not done yet, apparently.
Net fault.
May nakita ka ba doon?
Interesting.
And these aren't just challenges that they make on a whim. I'm sure that they watch these plays closely. And may nakita siguro yung team ng coaching team ng PLDT. Let's see what they saw there. This is a crucial time for a challenge. And wala naman tayo nakita pili ni Coach Ralph. He's not taking advantage of this situation to talk to the girls. Pretty much trusting them to know what to do. Interesting that they call for that challenge. Tingnan natin. Oh! That looks like a pinky sumabit. There's definitely something there.
No, that's why Kim Fajardo was, looking at Sato in the net. It's like not convinced that that was a point for AKARI, but good challenge.
Wow, that's the best challenge yet. That's so easy to miss. Yeah, outside set. There's a good switch up there for AKARI, but better defense for PLDT. And now we have a rally. Soyud picked up there by Calf. Broken play. And that one's outside. Untouched, and Sabi knows it.
Oh, she's got to shake it off, Remember a couple of hitting errors on the side of Davis, and uncharacteristic.
And if not for anything, AKARI is making PLDT sweat. I mean, this is not a comfortable lead for PLDT at all.
Oh, good pass.
And that is more like it, coming from Sabi Davison, making up for that error.
Exclamation point. I mean, she is the top scorer, obviously, in this match.
Yep. Ilang exclamation point?
Make it 4.
Ayan. It's 4 match points for PLDT. How about that? Let's see. Oh, and it will end with that unforced error. And that is almost poetic. We were talking about the errors, and when they come at the wrong time for AKARI, in spite of their efforts, we really see that the errors are something both teams are going to learn from today. But before that, let's take a look at the Pure Gold. Always Panalo play of the set. Brought to you by Pure Gold. It's a Pure Gold, always Panalo. That's a good one.
Yeah, but after the first set, we're in PLDT 125-45, 14, AKARI stepped on the gas and they played a better second, third, and fourth.
True. That's true. Again, so much to pick up from this on-tour matchup. Really, let's see how these teams come away improving their luck for the invitations. We'll take a quick break, talk about the game after this.
PLDT high-speed hitter. Once again, Subod, maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik ng inyong Premier Volleyball League. This is the PVL on Tour. Thank you and good night.
We're back here at the land of beauty and bounty, and I'm here with the pride of Lanao, the pride of Mindanao, of course, AKARI Chargers, Judith Abil, and of course, our player of the game with 19 digs, 7 receptions, Kat Arado. Now guys, both of you, you started your volleyball journey right here on this court, and I know it must feel special to come back. Judith, sa'yo muna. Kanina sabi mo sa akin, excited kang umuwi sa bahay nyo. Pero bago yon, ano muna ang pakiramdam na naglalaro sa harap ng ganto kaingay na crowd?
Sobrang saya po. Maayong gabi, Lanao! That's all.
Grabe, ang taas pa rin ng energy kahit 4 sets yung nilaro nyo. And Kat, player of the game. Grabe, napakaganda ng pinakita mong performance kanina. Ngayon, meron ka bang extra motivation para ganun kagaling yung ginawa mong performance?
Siyempre, unang-una, thank you sa family ko na nandun. Mama, Tay, daog me. Sila talaga yung ano ko since day one talaga na naglalaro. Sila talaga motivation ko. Lalo na yung mga kapatid ko.
And last now for both of you guys, you're from Lanao. Ano ang mensahe nyo sa lahat ng nanonood ngayon sa inyo?
Sa tanan ni Anhi diri, sa tubod, salamat sa support. Salamat sa pag-support sa PVL at sa PVL. Thank you sa pagpunta po dito sa Lanao.
Now, Kat, tapatan mo yung energy ni Judith. Ano ang message mo sa mga nanonood sa'yo? Hindi kaya?
Dagang salamat sa pag-anhe. Unta, nag-enjoy mo tanan. Sa school nga mong giadtuan. Dagang kayo salamat.
And that's it from us. Ingaw kaayo diri. And let's bring this to the finish line. Noreen and Miss Chicky. Ano? Negros Occidental naman? Ano? Tara?
Hinahamon yata ang Negros Occidental. Pero
Nahamon din tayo Ano?
sulit ang punta ng PVL. Talaga namang natuwa ang crowd. Not just with the excitement of the game, but really cheering for their home girls. And I'm sure that was a real treat for all of them. Look at the match statistics. It says a lot.
Yeah? You know, a treat is giving the fans 4 sets, and we can see why. You know, attacks. PLDT out-attack AKARI, but AKARI was in step, you know, through the second, third, and fourth set. Blocking was the strength of PLDT.
Yes.
service, six aces for AKARI. One thing to look out for
Yeah.
in next conferences. Errors, okay, errors. This is interesting because PLDT committed less errors in the first set. AKARI had a lot, but AKARI corrected that. So PLDT, one thing they have to learn also, if you want to be constant contenders, you need to check your errors. You kept piling it up. The errors piled up second, third, and fourth set, and then you're at par now with AKARI. So again, we talked about the beauty of PVL on tour. It is a great, tune-up matches, and a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to apply, and we'll see. And where's the next one? Negros.
In Negros, yes. And nagkataon actually for both teams na parang nag-cancel out lang yung napakaraming errors nila. Eto na po, Victoria City Negros Occidental is indeed the next stop for PVL on tour. That will be next Saturday, August 22nd. That is our 15th match. We've got the Capital One Solar Spikers going up against the Farm Fresh Foxies, who just scored a win today. And that is what is in store. Of course, it is a doubleheader. So we've got the Gallery Sour High Risers going up against the Creamline Cool Smashers. It's going to be wild in Negros Occidental. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be fun. And we hope you join us for our continuing coverage as well of the 2026 Premier Volleyball League on Tour. On behalf of my partner, Norin Go, of course, Althea Franco, and all the men and women of Signal Sports, this has been Chikiro Puno. Make sure you join us again next Saturday for our coverage in Negros Occidental. Good night, everyone.